She was photographed with presidents, royalty, billionaires, and Hollywood elites. She lived in luxury, moved in the most powerful circles in the world. But behind the glamour was a dark secret that would shock the globe. This is the story of Ghislaine Maxwell, the woman prosecutors called the architect behind Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Ghislaine Maxwell was born in 1961 in France and raised in the United Kingdom. She was the youngest daughter of Robert Maxwell, a powerful and controversial British media tycoon. Robert Maxwell built a massive publishing empire but died in 1991 under mysterious circumstances after falling from his yacht. Later, it was revealed he had misappropriated hundreds of millions of pounds from pension funds. After his death, Ghislaine's world changed. The wealth, status, and influence she had grown up with collapsed. She relocated to New York City, where her life would take a dramatic turn. In the early 1990s, Maxwell met Jeffrey Epstein, a wealthy American financier known for his connections to powerful elites. Epstein had already begun building relationships with politicians, academics, royalty, and business magnates. Maxwell quickly became his close companion. Over time, prosecutors would later argue she became far more than just a girlfriend or socialite partner. She became an active recruiter. According to court testimony, Maxwell allegedly approached vulnerable teenage girls, gained their trust, normalized inappropriate behavior, introduced them to Epstein. Survivors testified that Maxwell sometimes participated in grooming and abuse. One of the most prominent accusers, Virginia Giuffre, publicly alleged she was recruited as a minor and trafficked to powerful men. These allegations shook global institutions, including the British monarchy. When Prince Andrew was named in civil accusations, he denied wrongdoing and later settled a lawsuit without admitting liability. In 2008, Epstein was charged in Florida but reached a controversial plea deal that resulted in minimal jail time. Maxwell was not charged at that time. Critics later called the plea agreement overly lenient and secretive. In July 2019, Epstein was arrested again on federal sex trafficking charges. 1 month later, he died in jail. Authorities ruled it a suicide. The death sparked massive public outrage and conspiracy theories worldwide. But attention quickly turned to one key question. What about Ghislaine Maxwell? In July 2020, Maxwell was arrested in New Hampshire by the FBI. She was charged with sex trafficking of minors, conspiracy, transporting minors for illegal sexual activity. Prosecutors described her as essential to Epstein's operation. She pleaded not guilty. The trial began in November 2021 in New York. Several women testified that Maxwell identified vulnerable teens, built trust with them, prepared them for abuse, maintained control. The defense argued that Maxwell was being scapegoated for Epstein's crimes. After weeks of testimony, in December 2021, Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty on multiple federal charges related to sex trafficking and conspiracy. In June 2022, she was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. The court stated she played a central role in enabling the abuse. The case exposed systemic failures, raised questions about elite protection, sparked global conversations about grooming and trafficking, empowered survivors to speak out. Maxwell is currently serving her sentence in federal prison. The story remains one of the most shocking criminal cases involving wealth, power, and exploitation in modern history. If you believe powerful people should be held accountable no matter their status, hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep investigative true crime stories. And tell me in the comments, do you think the full truth about this case has been revealed?